right, I'll call the, did you,
Okay.
okay, did you, I'll call the Sanborn Regional School District Finance and Facilities Committee to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Jeremiah is not present. He is excused. Any action on the minutes from February 18th?
I can make a motion to approve.
Second?
I guess we don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
all in favor? Okay, unanimous, thank you. Ray is not here. I don't believe anything's changed, but I can go through. Bob, did you want to go through conferences or anything? You want me to do it?
You can do it. You guys do that all the time, so.
Let's see the total here. It looks like there's a total of $8,238,674.57 encumbered. If I'm reading this correctly. Is that what you're saying, Micah?
I'm just looking here. The total.
Com H is what I'm looking at.
You have to do that yourself there?
I just clicked on column H. Yeah, if you click on H, it should total. Just click here, just on the top of column H, and it should do that. That's a sum I got.
Not working. And then?
Yeah, and then on
Oh.
the bottom, it should. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The operating cash balance at district as of February 27, 2026 was $6,650,799.07, which is held at TD Bank, New Hampshire PEIP, State Investment Pool. Go through the trust fund balances, read through those. And these, I don't believe have been updated, but I'll just read them out. Special Education Expendable Trust Fund, as of January 31st, 2026 was $643,322.31. Capital Improvement Maintenance Capital Reserve Fund, as of January 31st, 2026 was $485,992.04. Unanticipated educational expenses capital reserve fund as of January 31st, 2026, $291,908.15. Unanticipated utility costs expendable trust fund as of January 31st, 2026 was $197,833.19. The facilities use revolving fund as of the same date, January 31st, 2026 was $356,911.23 for a total of $1,975,966.92. Is that what you have? All set? Micah, good? Let's see. Next up on the agenda is monthly revenue report as of February 28th, 2026. Looks like for the budgeted month looks as if it was 41,000,000 Oh, that's the total all fund, sorry, yeah, so let's see. Total fund 22 land grants, so this isn't totaled out. A little awkward. Or you could probably do better justice to this. I'm gonna just probably pause and let Marie do this. Did we not do these last time? These budget adjustments, 69, 70, and 72? Oh, I am in complete, total wrong agenda. But yeah,
So you
I
did
swear
do
to
it.
God, yeah, that's why it looked familiar to me. I was in March 4th agenda,
Oh,
so let's go back, I apologize. So we need action on the March 4th minutes.
make a motion to approve.
A second,
Okay.
all in favor? Unanimous, okay. So the state of New Hampshire, current inflation is 2.8% as of January 2026. The encumbrances amount that I have is 8,396,339.71, which is what you had, so that didn't change. Trust fund balances, I believe, has changed.
Those were similar to what you just read, but there was one that I thought I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, so let me just go through them just for transparency. I apologize. So these are all as of February 28, 2026. Special Education Expendable Trust Fund, 645, 134 and 44 cents. Capital Improvement Maintenance Capital Reserve Fund is $487,361.02. Unanticipated educational expenses Capital Reserve Fund is $292,730.41. And unanticipated utility costs expendable trust fund is $198,390.42. Facilities use revolving fund, $376,854.56 for a total of $2,470.85. Okay, so that clears those up. And then there is one budget adjustment.
Is budget adjustment number 73?
That is correct. Looks like we're moving, let's see here.
$76,662.55.
Yep. From online access fees, other professional services, 2 lines of tuition to other professional services, and 1 line of tuition.
Paul, do you have any? Do we need to approve that?
We
Have a
do.
motion, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think I just make a motion to approve
That's correct,
budget adjustment number 73,
as discussed.
as discussed.
Second.
There you
All in favor?
Yep.
Unanimous. Okay. All right. We are at 4B under new business, high school privacy fence.
Okay, so we spoke about this about a year ago, and what we are proposing is to put a privacy fence behind the high school. In your packet there, I have an outline in red of where the fence will go, a picture of the type of fence that will go up, and the cost of the fence, which will be completely donated to us at no cost from the Alumni Association. There'll be no cost to us at all for doing this.
And no cost to taxpayers.
No cost to the taxpayers.
Okay.
Reasons for doing this. First of all, the cafeteria gets incredibly hot during the later months of the year. And it'd be nice to have the kids go outside with the picnic tables and eat lunch, get fresh air, run around, do what they gotta do. Ms. Belcher was gonna propose a barbecue type curriculum for the kids. She was going to put in for a barbecue pit back there. That way it's secured behind the fence. She could have kids out there without them running off, or issues of truck drivers. It's an open campus. We have people walking dogs all the time. It could be used as a classroom space and entertainment space back there. The Head Start program is very interested in using it also for their kids because they have the greenhouse back there, and it gives them more privacy when the kids are out there doing their classroom studies. I see it as a huge security advantage simply because we are an open campus and we have all sorts of people drive around this campus at all times. And to have that fence up with kids outside eating lunch would be wonderful. The staff right now, there's not enough staff right now to put the kids outside during lunchtime and watch them adequately. So by putting this fence up, it would just take one staff member to be out there to watch the kids during the lunch periods.
This is this is the entrance, if I'm looking at this correctly.
That's correct.
The morning drop off
Yes.
is right there.
Yeah.
That rear cafeteria.
We also host a lot of, dances for the kids, and we have fire pits that are movable, and it'd be nice to be able to put those fire pits back there, let the kids run around out there and not worry about them having to run off or run out to the road or down by the bleachers or whatever, to keep the kids contained. The principal is in support of this. Jen Mitchison prior to this was in support with it. I haven't heard any negativity from any of the staff here in the school about doing this project. I believe Mr. Dawson thought it was pretty unique and a nice opportunity to do it, especially at the price that it's going to be at.
We're talking about,
This was presented prior though, and I think
It
we
was presented over
voted
a
it
year
down,
ago.
correct?
Yes, at that time it was you and Dawn Dutton.
Mhm.
Ms. Dutton stated that she felt that would make this place look like a prison. And on the contrary, it gets the kids out of the prison and out for fresh air
Mhm.
during lunch.
Mhm.
The bid I got from Brentwood Fence is the exact same number as last year. They held that number throughout the year for us. They're very interested in doing it. He'll have gate systems on there with panic hardware, which is code compliant with the fire department, so kids can crash out. They'll lock when they're shut from the outside, but kids can crash out at any time if there's an evacuation or something like that. So it'll all be compliant with the fire department.
How high is the fence? I'm sorry.
It is just a 6-foot tongue and groove. So it's not a huge fence, but it gives us enough privacy back there where the kids can sit back there at the picnic table and eat and enjoy the day. The other issue I have from a facility standpoint is whenever we have events going on in the cafeteria, like the hockey flea market or whatever that thing is, we constantly get people pulling up on the lawn back there, and I can't have that because I have underground tanks, line systems and all that, and it's a constant battle, no matter how much you tell people you can't drive back there. Well, I'm just unloading a cooler. Well, you can't do that. And my hopes is that this fence will prevent a lot of that from happening, from people driving back there and crushing what's ever on the ground back there.
pressure treated posts.
Yes, pressure treated posts, and then I believe cedar,
And I think I asked this before, what's the upkeep on the cedar? And how much a year?
so the only, it's a pretty, there's not a whole lot of maintenance other than possibly maybe every 5 or 6 years getting a 5-gallon bucket of some wood sealer and getting one of those pump sprayers and just spraying the fence down just to kind of reseal it.
Okay.
And you can get a 5-gallon bucket for $150, $200, which isn't a whole lot for what we're getting out of this,
I
so.
mean, eventually it'll have to be replaced.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
understand.
I'm sure.
This stuff lasts a good.
Sure,
If
but
it's taken care of, that's my point. Like,
it's what?
if it's taken care of and treated and.
Yeah, if it's taken care of, I'm sure we could probably get a good 20 years out of it, you know?
Oh, okay, they have it here. I was wondering, do you have any sense of what's under there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on the plans here too, and obviously we call for locations and everything. They did agree that they would hand dig all the holes purposely because of all the utilities that are back there. I just think it'd be nice. And then on the inside of the fence, obviously, you know, when they have the winter carnival and stuff, they can hang their banners up out there, or during the spring stuff, they can hang stuff on the inside of the fence and display it.
So explain the gates to me because I see 1, 2, 3 gates.
Yes, there is a
One-
10-foot gate on the main sidewalk where you drop your kids off in the morning.
Yep.
So we have access, yeah. And then there'll be a 5-foot gate on either side of the chain link fence that's out there. And those will be basically service gates. So when they are filling up the oil tank, propane tanks, or anything like that, then the service people can get in through there.
So you won't be able to access them from outside?
None of the gates you'll be able to access from the outside.
Okay. And the gate, the 10-foot gate is going to swing in, or how's that
It
go?
will swing in.
When it swings in, how do the kids crash through it?
Oh, you're right, it'll swing out.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, it'll swing out, you're correct.
So,
It should also be like,
yeah, so when it swings out, how far is it swinging out?
Well, each gate
Completely?
is 5 foot, so it's,
Yeah,
you know,
so-
10 foot
Well, I
over.
imagine that would be, yeah, so it's going to be able to go flush with the fence?
You know, that's a good question, I do not know.
I have-
I don't know if it'll
that's-
be 90 or.
Those are my,
180.
like, I have concerns with the 10-foot gate because of the fact, and I want to be very fair when I say this. I've only driven my son to school a couple times so far since winter. It's tight, number one. There's always kids speeding through there, and I haven't seen anybody standing out there. And I'm just saying the 2 times that I've been here to drop Caleb off, because he's been riding with Gabe for the most part now. But I haven't seen anybody standing outside there, and that is a safety risk to begin with. I don't want to limit visibility. I want people to be able to see if kids are speeding, so we can stop that, and it is tight. So I would be concerned that the fence has to fit flush, or the gate has to open and fit flush with the fence, so it's not creating more of block, like, I don't want.
Yeah, I can request
Yeah, just
180
more
degree swing.
direct, that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I can
So
definitely.
Limited
request-
visibility, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to limit the visibility any more than it is.
Yeah,
Let that drop off.
and honestly, when the kids are being dropped off, a staff member could stand right at the gate entry there. And once the kids go past that person, you know, they're technically
no,
in a secure area, so
Understood.
it does help with staffing. But no, I can definitely find out, and if not, definitely request 180 degree swing on those fences, or those gates, I should say.
Yep.
That's
So
not
they
an
would
issue.
have it, they would have it just be, you know,
I mean, ideally, it swings open, there's a latch on the fence.
So probably one active 5 foot, one that's stationary, and all we need to do is have a 5 foot gate.
Yeah, just so it opens and doesn't, it's not in the way.
is this the sort of thing that we bring to the whole board?
I think we would want to, because
Yeah.
it's changing, the appearance of the school. Dan could probably address the safety issues like we talked about. But I think the whole board should probably review it, because it is like, it's a permanent structure, you know?
Sure, yeah.
I think, I mean, we can make a recommendation to bring it to the board tonight if you want, but,
I just think it would be a very nice addition because it does add classroom space, it does add curriculum to the kids. It does add privacy for safety and security reasons. My thought is those kids, it's so noisy in that cafeteria during lunchtime, and when the weather's nice, it'd be nice to just be able to have them go out and scream and run around.
yeah, understood. Thanks again for revisiting this.
Yeah, no problem at all. Well, I think it's a project worth revisiting, so.
It does have, I have a cedar fence in my yard that was put in when I bought it,
How long ago?
14 years.
How's it looking?
Terrible, because I didn't do anything to it. I have to replace it this year, but I didn't
Yeah.
stain it, I didn't seal it.
Yeah.
And that's on me, but yeah, they don't last if you don't take
No,
care of them.
and it's cedar, so they'll gray up,
Yeah.
so it won't look as.
Mine's ash gray, but it's terrible because I didn't do the right stuff, right? So
Yeah,
that's
and-
my concern.
And obviously, when I talk to Brentwood Fencing, I say, hey, give me a couple extra planks in case a kid goes through one of the planks.
Yeah, or a lawnmower or anything, right?
If somebody
Yeah.
clips it in the morning, do you still have those rocks?
Yeah, the rocks aren't going
Rocks will
anywhere.
stay there.
Rocks is dead.
The fence will be about 10 foot off the road, actually.
Yeah.
So there'll be plenty of space in between. So,
All right, so we can bring it to the board tonight.
awesome, thank you, appreciate that. All right. Next item was.
So, sorry, yeah, Swayze Gym rental.
So, I gave you a packet there. Tina has worked a lot of hours putting this together, so I want to thank her for doing that. And she basically broke down these spreadsheets here as far as Swayze goes and what the energy bills and everything is. And this is at a request from Jeremiah. And trying to get to a hard number is very difficult in this because of, could the numbers be lower? Yes, if we were heating it on a timer type scenario because we're keeping the building warm all the time because that's the way it works. But when we kind of did the down and dirty on this, kind of the bare math on this, I figured out that it was about $100 a day to operate that gym with custodial and maintenance workers, but not maintenance issues. In other words, fire alarm inspections, redoing the floor, those kind of things. So I broke it down to about $100 a day would it cost us to operate. If you break it down by the hour, just the energy costs alone, it costs me $2.15 an hour just in energy to run the gym. So,
I was hoping for a quaint number like that.
so,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's, because if we're trying to figure out what it's gonna, if we're gonna charge these organizations, per hour or per event, how do you do it? So the energy is about $2.15 an hour, and that's average. Obviously, during the summer, we're not heating. But winter we are. When you take in the operating cost of the building, the custodial supplies, the inspections, AED inspections, water testing, servicing of the heat pumps and everything like that, the whole ball of wax comes to about $50,000 a year, which averages out. It's going to be about $150, $160 a day, I think is what we figured out. Because the $50,000 is kind of deceiving. That's what it costs to operate. Now, if we have something break, there's more money. If we have to, there's just all sorts of external things going on here. So, like I said, this is really hard to put together, but we did the best we could here as far as putting some numbers together.
Yeah.
So,
It's everything we asked for.
yeah, and like I said, thank you, Tina, for doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
She put a lot of time.
A lot of work.
So, but those are the numbers he requested, so hopefully we can put something together as far as a fee structure for some of these organizations.
So I think it gives us everything we need to be able to do that.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, no
Just
worries.
trying to wrap my head around your number.
I'm gonna keep rattling here, like
Yeah, yeah.
custodial costs. During the winter months, it takes about an hour and a half to clean the gym on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. During the winter months, it's not an overtime issue because my grounds people clean the gym and they do it in their regular 8-hour day. Yeah. When you get into the spring, when my grounds people are busy, I have to pay overtime for the guys over at Bakey to come in an hour and a half early to clean the gym. And that's typically, what I have on here, the dates. April through November kind of thing. So it's a hard thing to kind of calculate there. The other thing is my facility engineer over at Bakey also takes care of Swayze, and he goes there every day and spends an hour every day there just going through systems, making sure they're running, so you figure that's an hour of labor right there. He picks up the garbage and takes that, make sure the boilers are running, make sure everything is running. So we have people physically in that building at least 2.5 hours a day working.
Mhm.
And that doesn't include weekends, because I go over there on the weekend and my facility guy drops in there on the weekend just to make sure everything is running and everything is secured. So the labor thing is kind of a hard thing to kind of calculate in this whole.
Well, no, that's good. I think, I think we can get in my mind, I'm thinking like a base rate to rent it, right? To cover this. And then if they need staff on site, there's gotta be a rate for that.
Yeah, I mean, like the basketball teams and stuff, they come in and go as they want, but someone's gotta clean up after them. If we're renting the gym to, let's say, another organization, we kind of require a staff member there the whole time the event's going on.
Yeah.
To make sure the bathrooms are clean and everything is going on. So, like I said, the cost will vary depending on who Is it a profit, nonprofit? Is it local? Is it an outside?
Yeah,
There's all
okay,
kinds of
yeah.
Right.
different criteria we use to.
But hopefully you can make heads and tails of this spreadsheet, because it is kind of a difficult thing to follow.
Well, it's good though, because, you know, you're not, it would be, it's, as Jeremiah said last time, the facility is an asset to the school. We want to maintain it, just like we do any of our other facilities. You know, we're not looking necessarily to recoup all of our costs through rentals. So that's, you know, so that's neutral. That would be unrealistic.
Right.
But knowing, because it is advantageous for us to have it, but knowing how much it costs on that per day basis is really helpful. To get it down to that one number so that you can have a sensible rental agreement, is good.
And it's kind of funny, because if you look at our rental schedule for that gym, it pretty much falls in line. You know, because Swayze Gym, to rent that is $150 per event. Now, that could be a 2-hour event or an 8-hour event or a 12-hour event there. And that's for an in-district nonprofit. So we have it broken out per event, but we don't have it broken out per hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the basketball teams or who's ever in there for 2 hours a night, obviously you're not gonna charge them $150 for the event, but
Right.
maybe you charge them
And
for,
then you think about the fact that, you know, you get 3, 4, 5 games during one day, and then you get 3 practices at night. You still only have to go in there to clean up once.
right,
So it's like those kinds of,
exactly,
you know,
exactly,
so we'll figure all that out.
okay. But,
What is the next, so, the next step on this, in this process, Rick, what do you think? Would be trying to use this data from Dan to come up with, to go back to Jeremiah's document and maybe come up with an initial,
Yeah, I think we would owe that to Dan.
Yeah.
That was my, what
that
was
was our,
yeah, like you get us the info, we'll come back with a schedule, we'll discuss it.
yeah,
Yeah, like
absolutely.
we'll give you what we think is a rate schedule, we would want your input. Yeah, and then, like, I think we would just have to vote on it and put it into place once we come up with it, but this is the key, this is, I mean, so.
Yeah, just something to take the sting off. I mean,
Yeah.
toilet paper costs money, and heating oil costs money, and if, the reality of it is if we were using it ourselves, we would dial back the thermostat and let that building go cold, not frozen, but let it go cold until we need it, and then we crank it up on those few occasions we need it.
Yeah.
But we can't do that when it's being used 7 days a week.
yeah, it's happening so much. that it's
Yeah,
just-
we just have to keep the heat rolling in that place. So, you know, we could throttle back if it was just us using it, but it's not. So that's some of the costs we have to make up.
Okay.
All right, what was the next?
Sorry. Let me get it back up. Next item is the Siemens R2U, discuss and waiting on new bids.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting on bids for that. It's been re-engineered over and over and over again by all the contractors, because we keep finding issues with the system over there as far as, you know, how many metric feet of air we need moving through there. And right now, the way it looks like, we're gonna probably shut down the center exhaust hood in the kitchen and move the stove over to that one exhaust hood, like I explained in that one meeting. And not decommission it, but just have it there, turn the motor off so it can't be turned on. I talked with alternative sales, and I have an old dump boiler pot that hasn't been used in years, and I said, hey, you come here and move this stove, can you take the boiler pot for me and trade? They're like, absolutely. So moving that stove, reconnecting the gas and everything will be no cost to us at all in exchange for that boiler pot that is only worth a couple $100 anyways. And it gives them more room in that kitchen. So we kind of worked out a deal there with alternatives. So I'm hoping in the next month or two, they move that stove next to the oven and it's all operating under one hood. So that would eliminate some of the costs there of operation and redoing that unit. But I'll tell you what, this has been a real pain in the backside, because you get different opinions from different companies as far as what's going on. And, you know, one underbuilt it and one overbuilt it. We're trying to find a happy medium there. And one company is using an engineer and another company is using their senior guy, which is not an engineer, which is not really the route I want to go.
Mhm.
I just need a little more time on that. And obviously, we're getting into the spring, so it's not gonna be a huge impact on us as the weather warms up. But I wanna be ready to get it done over the summer, and depending on how we're gonna react to Bakey in the future here, that can also influence what takes place too. So, but that's still in the works. So that's just the update on there. So capital improvement plan will be next.
Oh,
And I think we left off with
Yeah, let's go.
Memorial, what we were gonna do Memorial.
Yep. 1 second.
I remember right.
we get started with.
Yeah, we can't make any changes to this because it's a PDF.
Right.
Okay, let me see. Memorial School air exchange improvements, because, yeah, we left off with the playground instructions, playground structures from Bakey, so, yeah. So Memorial Elementary School, air exchange improvements, we have as a B with an asterisk. Evaluate in the near future within 2 years.
Well, and I would keep it there simply because if the splits in the boiler system fail, which they're starting to do, we're gonna have to react quicker, and hopefully new boilers, it eliminates the problems with the splits in the boilers. They kind of help, eliminate one thing and possibly two things on the capital improvement plan.
Okay. I would agree.
Yep.
Window replacement, existing windows are basic double pane windows. Energy efficiency can be improved if we replace them with higher quality efficient windows. You know, there's a C, which is evaluate in the next 2 to 3 years.
I personally would just keep it there. I mean, they function, they do keep out the cold. They're not energy efficient, but they're working.
How do we determine the funding source of these? That column? Bond, normal budget process.
As far as the cost goes,
Yeah, I mean, we have some of these things filled.
Yeah.
What do you think with bond? Are we thinking of bond because the
well,
cost for those things would be that great?
yeah, absolutely. And that would be something that I would hope to pull Siemens in, because they could use it and do energy rebates and everything when we start upgrading windows and stuff like that. And so, a lot of these improvements will be Siemens based. They really will, because they're gonna be large projects, so there's gonna be, a lot of government, hopefully rebates in the future for this. Right now is not the time to be doing a lot of these projects because everything is dried up. The next administration, things might change, so.
There's no safety issues or anything with our current windows, to be clear.
No, all our buildings are secured, same thing as Bakey. They're old windows, even if they have the stick in the window, they're still secured, I mean, it works. It's probably stronger than the lock.
Yeah.
So it's not pretty, but everything is secured.
Okay, fire suppression and alarm upgrades is, C as well. There's no fire suppression system in the building, and the fire alarm is working and code compliant, however, it is aging. Upgrading the system will provide a level of safety only currently available at the high school, middle school.
Correct.
Okay. Did we just talk about radios or something for in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
the ones that are on.
Yeah. I kept it on there just for future if we ever want it.
Yeah, okay. Walk-in freezer and walk-in refrigerator,
They were replaced. That's all it is.
playground structures at Memorial.
They're functioning, there's no safety issues with them, but they're getting tired. So I would say in another 5 years or so, we probably have to look at it.
Is there, it says here, and I know this because my own kids go there, that they're used by the school and the community during non-school hours.
Yes.
Do we have any signage up there that's like a liability type thing? Should we?
Yeah, well, technically, we should have signage as far as age-appropriate brackets for each piece of equipment.
Yeah,
That was
like
recommended by
use at your own-
Primex.
Like a use at your own risk type things? Or
Because, I mean, legally it
that's
doesn't.
not gonna really bind anybody from getting.
No, but one of the things I recommended by Primex was for that structure, you say for ages blank to blank.
Yeah.
And this structure, ages blank to blank. We haven't done that. It's not a violation. It's just a recommendation from Primex. But
It's like,
that playground is used heavily over at Memorial. I mean, I'm sure if you went by there tonight,
It's
there's
20
kids all over on bikes.
Yeah,
over
it's
that
all-
campus.
yeah.
my son goes over there, he's like, I wanna go play, because the snow hadn't melted in our driveway yet, so he's like, I'm gonna go play basketball.
Right.
Over at the thing. And I was like, who was there? He's like, who wasn't there?
Yeah,
Like
it's
20
nuts.
20 kids over there going in, I'm like,
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts over there. That's why I said Newton needs to build a new playground over at the new
we got the land for it now.
complex.
We got the land.
Here we go, until you price out how much it costs.
Yeah.
So,
More than the land.
I mean, we even have signs posted that you're not allowed to have dogs on campus, and people are walking their dogs through there all the time and not cleaning up after them. It's a mess. You know, and the signs are right there in their face, and they just keep doing their thing, you know? But, yeah, and it's a very hard property to maintain, because there's one way in, one way out, there's trees around it, there's homes on the other side of the trees, and the kids literally come through the woods, and when there's a problem, they all scatter into the woods, and, you know, but the police do a pretty good job patrolling it. Yeah, it is a heavily used playground.
But, can you just take a, if you don't mind, take a note, could we, when Marie does the next agenda, can she link, instead of the PDF, like the actual Google Docs, we can make changes as we're going through this? I think we had that problem before.
Yeah, I'll talk to Marie about that also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To the capital.
yeah, capital,
To
just,
the CIP itself.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, it seems like we should be living in the active document.
yeah,
At
like,
this
and
level.
it's, you know, I think we just said change something to 5 years, and I can't change it to a D, and,
Dan, you got that?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
I think the playground structures was changed to a D, you said, which is 5 years, so
Yeah.
just have that note, and then we should remove the walk-in freezer and refrigerator. All right, do we wanna move the high school, middle school?
We do the roof.
Well, I apologize, yeah.
Yeah, we did a portion of the roof, remember,
Yeah.
2 years ago, and the rest of it's in pretty good shape right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
we
see
walked,
any-
he took us up there.
yeah, I don't see any
Oh,
really
yeah, it
underlying
looked pretty good,
issues.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
High school, middle school.
Yep, track, no, I don't, yeah, this says track replacement, but maybe we should change that to just track maintenance, because we just replaced the track.
Well, and Mr. Dawson, or Dr. Dawson can help me with this, but I thought the assumption was that we're pretty much done resurfacing it. The next fix is gonna be a replacement.
Yeah, the comment they made to me was that they might need to take everything out, including the asphalt base. I'm not convinced of that, because the asphalt base to me, if you go down there, looks, and has always looked like it's in really good shape. I think it was built very well.
Yeah.
I don't know what's involved, but I know for sure they have to scrape off. So it'll be a more expensive replacement than the 131K we paid a couple of years ago.
And that's slated for 2032, as it says here.
That seems
Right.
reasonable to me and might actually be, it might go longer than that, assuming that the maintenance is continued on it. Main track and tennis will come down and basically fill all scores for free.
Mhm.
So they basically just perform that. When they're driving by, they'll stop in and do it.
Yeah, good.
And they're really good about it. And Kerry Alley and Scott Maxwell, our track coaches, are hawks on that too.
Yeah, they ever find issues, they call me.
They'll let us know right away if there's an issue and they come in and fix it.
Yeah, because those tracks, unfortunately, if you get a little hole and you don't take care of it right away, it becomes a big issue very quickly.
Yeah, and they'll go out probably in the next couple of weeks. In fact, this week they'll probably get out there and find a couple because of the winter stuff. And Maine is very good about coming down and doing it. They do a really good job.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to prepare ourselves financially, though, for a possible complete resurfacing where they tear off all the rubber. If the subsurface is good, or if the subsurface is bad, it's a complete removal, and then they have to do the underlying concrete and the rubber surface. So even Maine track and field or whatever said that track is in awesome condition for its age. So they're really impressed as
No,
well.
there's, whoever, they did the original install, it was done very, very well.
Yeah, yeah, so,
Okay. So we'll leave that as C.
sounds
And
good.
for what it's worth, we continue to upgrade the other parts of the track, the high jump area, the shot put thing we did a couple years ago, that was a huge change to do that. We have to get some more sand for the long jump hits this spring, we have to look into that.
But I mean, one of the things, I don't think it's on the CIP, is like the tennis courts. You know, we have to look at resurfacing those tennis courts in the next year or two. They're starting to show their age quite a bit also. I mean, I have my list that I've given you gentlemen, but
What are those, what is the current surface? It's just asphalt?
It's just asphalt that has a painted coating on it.
Yeah. It's actually
Um,
something I think we should get professionally cleaned.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there for a while, so I'll check in with Brian and see how his funding is.
Yeah, so in the next year or two, we're probably gonna have to look at resurfacing that tennis court.
Okay. Do we want to keep going or should we wait for Jeremiah?
Yeah, maybe we'll wait.
I don't want to go too far into the high school.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit here.
Yeah.
I think we
see a lot
pause,
of A's.
let's pause, let's pause for there with the, if you don't mind, I think we should. Okay. Public comment? Pam, would you like?
Yeah,
What's that?
so I noticed today that the Portsmouth School Department is disputing last year's school care, spiking that premium that they had, and they don't want to pay 1.57 million. They're paying some of it, but they don't want to pay all of it. And I just wanted to mention that, I think I told you this already, but the town of Rye, the select board discussed other types of options for health insurance, including going to commercial markets. It may be cheaper, it may be the same or more, but at least it's predictable because they absorb the risk. And so they're exploring that. So I'll just leave you the report that I was looking at from last year. Just so you know, and I did check the pool risk management RSA, and there's no changes that I've seen so far. You know how they threaten to make changes? In Concord, it doesn't happen, so all the dates are old, so nothing's happened yet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Anything else? All set? All right, well, we adjourn the meeting. Thank you.